Hi, this is madebymommy.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a Santa hat on the rainbow loom. To make the Santa hat, you need just one loom set up with the rows of pegs straight across at the bottom. You'll need two colors of rubber bands, red and white for the classic Santa hat, and you'll need your hook, either the original that came with the rainbow loom or a metal crochet hook to get the job done. And this is how the rubber bands go on. Starting with your arrow pointing forward, we're going to take a single white rubber band and place it from the bottom right forward one peg. For the next row, we're going to take 3 white rubber bands at one time, and we're going to place them from that second hook going forward. From here on out, it'll be 2 at a time until I say otherwise. So 2 red rubber bands going forward. And we're going to proceed forward until we've done 5 of these pairs of red rubber bands. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I'm going too fast, pause to catch up. It was a single white, then 3 white, and then 2 at a time red for the next 5 pegs. And then for the bottom rim of the hat, we're going to take 2 white and go forward. So now, coming back up here, we're going to go to the bottom of the first red pair and put one diagonal up to the left to start extending out our hat. Then we're going to proceed down for 3 more pairs of red rubber bands. Oh, wrong color got in the mix there. Until we're even with the other row. So now we're even with the red and we need to do 2 white. Good. And to get this left row, we're going to extend down. You see how this went diagonal? Skip 1. We're going to go diagonal here. So taking 2 red rubber bands, and then 2 more red rubber bands going straight. So you should have this gradual straight, diagonal, straight, diagonal, straight. And then 2 more white at the bottom here. And now, because we want the bottom of the Santa's hat to be wide and puffy, but we don't want to use 2 looms, what we're going to do is we're going to add a second layer in the middle. So starting from this peg and going forward with 2 red, forward with another 2 red, and then with white, so that you now in that center have 2 layers that we're going to pull to the side to make this hat a little bit wider at the bottom than it is at the top. And now we need, for the bottom brim, from the center peg to the right 2, and slide down a little bit, and then from the center peg to the left 2 more. And then we're ready to add our cap bands. taking a single red on this one, that is the first that are 2 apart, and stretch it out, twist, and fold it over so that it's doubled. And we're going to repeat the same here. Stretch it out, twist, and fold over. So that's doubled. Moving down to where there's 3 across, a single red rubber band. And the next row, a single white rubber band across all 3 pegs. And finally, to make the clean corners for the bottom of the hat, we're going to take a single band and wrap it around here 4 times, and the same on this side. We're going to wrap one around here 4 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 on that corner. Now I'm going to repeat on this corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. And all of our rubber bands are placed. We're ready to begin hooking. Get these extra rubber bands out of the way. Starting at the bottom left corner, we're going to grab the 2 rubber bands that are going towards the center. Pull those up and around until you get that nice V shape here. And now we're going to repeat on this side, pulling these 2 rubber bands from underneath this cap to the center. And again, just confirming that we have that nice V shape. That's how you know you didn't catch the wrong rubber bands. And now we're going to go forward in the middle to get that double layered band out of the way. So this one, there's a lot of bands down here. It may help you to take the bottommost one and push them even lower so that you can see exactly which 2 you're trying to catch. So separate those out if you need to. And then you can go down the middle to catch just the 2 rubber bands you need going forward. Here it's a little bit easier to see the separation. You want to take just those top 2 red rubber bands and bring them forward. And again. And then stop. So you've done the 2 from the sides in and then up the middle for these 3. And now we're going to just take this and this and move it to the side so that we can get to the layer underneath when it's time. So I use my fingers for this. I just pinch up where it's connected and pull it over, and repeating here. Pinch up and over so that it now hooks from here up and around this peg. Now we can begin working from the right bottom corner. Bring those rubber bands forward. And we'll keep moving up until we meet the next row. So on this one, we pull it up and go on the diagonal. There you go. Remember, pause to catch up if you need to. And each of these have a good V shape, so we know we're in good shape. Now in the middle row, we're going to get that bottom layer that's underneath. Going in to catch those two white bands on the bottom. Pull them off to the left because you've pulled your other ones aside to the right, and then around so that these two can be side by side. And continue moving forward. So there you go. We now have those two rows working from this peg up here. And the bottom left, we can begin. And we've now finished the bottom construction. Yours should look like this. And we're up to here, where there's just two across. I'm going to start on the right here to get the two rubber bands that are going to go straight forward. Pulls into a good V. And then this one here goes up on the diagonal. And coming back to this spot where it started being just two apart, two forward, and now we can just go in the straight line, two forward, and again, two rubber bands forward. And we've hooked all the red rubber bands. And now we're left with the white. This one is tripled, but it shouldn't be much harder to do than the others. And then the next one is what's going to latch it all together, a single white rubber band. So I take that off, bring it around the hook, take off that top one, and then I pull the top one through the center. I'm sorry, I pulled the bottom one through the center of the top one. Works either way, just make sure one's through the center, pull the opposite one, and it wraps around to make a knot. If this rubber band for any reason pulled out, you made a mistake, just go back in here with another rubber band and start over before you take it off the loom. That's what's going to keep everything together. And now you're ready to take this off the loom. Try not to pull on any, just one rubber band at a time. Pinch as many as you can, because we really want to protect this so that it doesn't snap, because that would be a big bummer. When we have spots like this with so many rubber bands, I take the back of my hook, not the little tip, to help bring it around. Whatever is comfortable for you. Here we go. So this is how your Santa hat comes off the loom. Some people have been making hats along these lines and then hanging them. To me, it's not really a Santa's hat until it folds over and looks floppy. So from this point, what I like to do is, you'll see you have one really clean edge for the way the design was made, and the other edge is a little more jagged because of the way we extended on a single loom. So I'm going to fold towards that side so we have the nice clean edge going around. And I'm going to take this white rubber band that's loose and weave it back through the hat. So coming around to this side, I'm going to take my hook underneath these two red rubber bands here to pull through. And I would like this to latch back even further, so I'm going to repeat, coming to these next two, and then hooking my white band on the edge there to pull through. Until you get it exactly where you want it, depending on how much you want your hat to fold over. And then I grab another white rubber band. I'm going to attach this to a charm bracelet, and I pull it through and then take again the center through the middle and pull to make a slip knot. Now you have plenty of room to attach your Santa's hat to whatever you wish. I hope you like Made by Mommy's Santa hat. If you do, you'll probably also like Made by Mommy's Christmas tree charm, or Made by Mommy's Christmas wreath, or the candy cane, all of which together make a really adorable charm bracelet. You can hang them from your tree, you can hang them from your backpack. You could probably even attach them to a napkin ring for the table. Lots of fun to be had. Do look for my other videos. If you like this one, please click like below. Please consider subscribing to get notified when I post additional videos. And also, post your pictures on Instagram, post them on Facebook. I love to see them. I have an account on both. Would love to see what you're doing, and I would love to hear your suggestions for what charm I should make next. Thanks again.